questions, if you'll raise your hand, we'll call on you in an order. Just a second, Coach, we're getting a few things ready to go here.
Yep.
Again, thanks everyone for joining us today. And we'll go ahead and have Coach Sitake with an opening statement, and then we'll take some questions.
Thank you, Duff. All right, we're really excited to go out to Shreveport and to play in the Independence Bowl, and we're excited about the opponent being UAB. A lot of respect for that program and for that university, and looking forward to the matchup and looking forward to being out in Shreveport together. I know there's a lot of festivities and all that stuff going on throughout the week, and it's an honor for us to be on the field and to compete against a wonderful program like UAB. Bill Clark's an amazing coach. He's one of the best in the business, and I like the way he runs his program. Watching film, it's interesting because we were able to watch with last year's schedule. We had a lot of crossover games, and so we saw a lot of film on UAB. Depending on the opponents, but when we're looking up film and saw their brand of football, and even looked up some the years before because we're trying to play against teams in the Conference USA, and so our opponents there and just noticed their team, the athleticism, the speed, and the way they're physical at the line of scrimmage. So it's a great matchup for us, and looking forward to this game. But tons of respect for what they've done, and last year watching their film. It was no wonder that they ended up winning the conference championship, and they've won a lot of games in the years that Coach Clark's been there. So we see on film how they have some great athletes and good-looking bodies. They have an outside backer DN that looks he's one of the best guys you'll see in college football. And so, and I know I'm just mentioning one guy, but there's tons of speed and athleticism on that field when we watch the film, and so. We're really excited about the matchup. We're honored to have another opportunity to play together as a team, and we're looking forward to the game. And so this is going to be fun for us. Our focus has been to try to get ready for the bowl game after we ended our season with USC, and now that we know our opponent, we can get back to work and be a little bit more focused on a team that has tons of weapons and play really. Great complimentary football. So looking forward to the game, looking forward to being out there in Shreveport, and you guys know me, I'm looking forward to that good food out there too. So we're going to have some fun and enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to getting to work today and being the focus on a wonderful team like UAB.
Thanks, Coach. We'll start with Daniel Brown and then Jared Lloyd.
Hey, Coach. Daniel Brown from KTBS here in Shreveport. First off, congratulations. And secondly, what is your past familiarity with the Independence Bowl? Have you seen games previously with this program, that bowl game that's been around for a long time?
Oh yeah, and I think for me, it's the I'm a football junkie, and so I'm going to watch every bowl game that I can. Obviously, there's some games that we're going to be playing in. There's going to be the games that same day, but I plan on watching every game that I possibly can. And this is one that I've watched throughout the years and I've been really impressed with. And I've been really impressed with the way they've sent out representatives from the Independence Bowl to our games, and I've met a good number of them, and just first class, just great individuals, great leadership, and there's a lot of pride and tradition in that bowl game, and so we're really honored to be a part of it. We knew that this was in the mix when we signed the agreement, and we were really excited for that. And now that it's here, we're excited to get this game going and being out there. We're looking forward to it and looking forward to the matchup with UAB as well. So I think all of it's working out perfectly for us, and just really excited to play this game.
Kalani, you always talk about how you can focus on controlling what you can control. And obviously the whole CFP situation, what the committee was going to do, whether a New Year's Six bowl game was in play or not, was out of your control. But how much attention did you pay to that? What was your thoughts as that process kind of came together in the last couple of days, and then ending up, where you were contractually obligated?
Well, I haven't really talked about it all year long, and I think this is one of the first questions about it. But the focus is what we have right in sight and what we can control, which is this game that's coming up on December 18th, and that's all the focus is on for us as a program. And so that's what it's going to be about. I don't control anything that happens other than what we can control right now, and that's playing this game. And from what as a program, I can't control what everybody else says, but as a program and from the coaches, staff, and the players, we have tons of respect for this opponent and looking forward to the game. And I mentioned before in an opening statement that Bill Clark's a great coach. He'll have his guys ready, and we're expecting their best shot. And my job is to make sure that we have our best shot show up that afternoon in the Independence Bowl.
We'll take a question from Jeff Spigel and Sean Walker.
Coach, you mentioned the respect you have for Coach Clark, and how much is that respect kind of amplified considering that the program was shut down as recently as 2015 and 16, and how he built that back up?
Well, look at what's happened since that, and when they brought football back to the university, and the amount of wins that's happened, and the couple of conference championships. So obviously he's doing something right, and obviously there's a great demand for football with that fan base, and so they have a lot to be proud of. I see a lot of potential. I saw it last year watching film, and I see a lot of potential even this year in what they can accomplish. I see the same thing in our team too. So I expect a tough battle. It's going to be a lot of fun, but the respect is there because that's how we handle all our games. We know that college football is hard, and winning games is hard, and tons of respect goes into the amount of games that they've won. And we're watching all their games this year. We watched a high number of games last year too, so we're looking forward to the game.
Somebody's joined the call that needs to mute, and we're hearing a lot of feedback. Please, if you'd mute, thank you.
I was trying to figure out what the playlist was or what the song was.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah, Coach, I was going to ask you a little bit about UAB, and because this is a program that was literally cut by the university. I think it was 4 years ago, and it seems like it almost seems like they've come back better than ever, better than they were before. Is that something that you've kind of taken notice of and kind of praised your guys of this is sort of a second chance program, and they're really going to give you guys their best shot, still being the number 13 team in the country?
Well, our guys understand the opponents. They respect them, and they see the film. So there's not really much that I have to say to them, other than what they already know and how they operate. And then that is to respect their opponents and to see what they've done. But in regards to what the adversity they had to overcome, when something's taken away from you, and then you have another chance at it, they're going to do it right. And that coaching staff, the players, the way they work together, the toughness that they bring to the field, you can just see it. And I don't think there's ever a threat of them losing football ever again, because that program belongs on the football field and in college football, and it's an honor for us to go against them. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, we'll have questions next from Alex and then Jim Watson.
Coach, what was your reaction as you were watching the selection show that BYU didn't make it into New Year's Six contention when you guys finished 10-2 and you had that head-to-head win over Utah and all that?
All I care about is who we're playing. I didn't even watch the show. We had some alumni playing in NFL games that I wanted to watch that I don't normally get to see, and so between that and church, I didn't have a lot of time to see it. Once I got the green light on who we're playing, that the focus became on prepping for them. So I'm not into the narrative outside of what I can control, which is get the team ready to play. We're looking forward to playing another game. We knew that we earned the right to play another game. Where that game was going to be and who the opponent was is all that I cared about. And now we know, and the work goes on. So that's the focus.
Coach, can you speak a little bit to the injury situation this year? Y'all have had multiple injuries, but you played through it and still have been able to not only beat, but in some cases dominate some Power 5 schools.
Yeah, I think it just speaks to the youth on our team and the leadership on our team, but also the coaching. You know, I've been really impressed with our guys being game ready. Last year we had some opportunities to play some young guys early in games just because we had some games that were under control and gave some valuable reps to those young men, and those guys are the ones that are stepping up. We lost a lot of production last year to the NFL. And so it was a time for a lot of these young guys to start the season. And what we started with at the beginning of September in Game 1, we didn't finish with in Game 12. But that's okay. The guys are ready to roll, and guys stepped up to stepped up when their names were called and made plays. And it wasn't perfect, but the effort there. I can work with guys that give tons of effort and that are tough and physical. If you give us that, then we can work with the rest. And that's been our mantra here. And so, regardless of whether you're on scholarship or first string, second string, third string, we expect everybody to live a certain standard, and that means to show up and be tough and play physical, but also play smart, and then also have a great appreciation for the game and gratitude for the game. So these guys are excited to play this game, excited about the opponent. We're honored to be on that field with them. We're looking forward to being part of the Independence Bowl, the festivities, and getting to know the great people of Shreveport, Louisiana, and just going to have a great time with it. We deserve the opportunity to play another game, and so did UAB, and so we're looking forward to that game. It's going to be tons of fun. I want our guys to go and enjoy this. Some of these guys, it's going to be the last time they play football, so I want them to take advantage of every little bit they can, and this is an opportunity for us to take them out there early and to show them a good time and to see what the bowl games can all be about out in that area, in that region of the country. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, next we'll go to DeCarmen, followed by Mitch, and then Jay.
Hey, Coach, congratulations for a great season. It's been a lot of fun to watch. You've had a lot of success in preparing for bowl games, but I was going to ask you what your reflections were on when you were with LaVelle Edwards and Kyle Whittingham, two of your mentors, how they prepared for bowl games, things that they emphasized, kind of a big picture thing, and then some specific things like the schedule, practices, the intensity level, managing injuries, holding out people, just your overall physicality approach to bowl games. What did your mentor say, and then how do you kind of filter that into what you want to do?
That's a bunch of questions, Dick. In one. I mean, okay. I'm trying to remember all the things that you asked about. Okay, so the bowl prep with LaVelle and Kyle. With LaVelle, the bowl prep was a lot of fun because he took advantage of being around families, having the players those that are married. We have 37 on our team that are married, so having their spouse being able to travel out there and enjoy the time together there. I mean, we're going to be out there for a few days, so it's going to be a good time, and having them get to just appreciate them for allowing us to take their loved ones away for quite a bit of time, to prep for football games and to travel and things like that. But the bowl prep mindset is to go out and to perform at our best. That's the key. And me as a head coach, I want to take advantage of the extra time, the practice time. So there's a couple things in there, Dick, that I think we need to accomplish. One is to develop young guys, because I have to develop these young men into going into spring ball. So we have to utilize the practices and the mindset of, okay, some of these young men probably won't play in this game, but they need to take advantage of all these practices. And then there's other guys that are seasoned, that have played most of the season and most of the year, and we've got to find a way to keep them fresh, but also make sure that our timing is right with all of them in all three phases. And they can improve too. There's some guys on this team that still need to improve. All of them do, but at a different rate than some of the young guys that we don't anticipate playing. And so if we can accomplish all those guys and to progress and get better and develop. That's part of our team development, is that we need to take advantage of all these practices. And the game is just an added bonus that you get to you get to practice and then you get to play a game at the end. It's like spring ball, but you actually have a game against the opponent, and you're kind of spoiled a little bit. You know, the bowl game takes care of you. So that, to me, the extra practices are vital to keeping the program strong. And then compared to what Lavelle had, we didn't have an indoor facility when I was playing, and so I think that had a lot to do with prepping for the games. I mean, it's going to be cold here, so we have an indoor facility now. We're going to take advantage of it, practice in the indoor, so we can have. I mean, there are times I remember playing when I played my days, and it was cold outside. We had to rotate working time in the annex, which was about 30 yards of turf, and so now we have a full field to work with, a nice building, and so we're really grateful that we have that to work with. And then, you know, I've learned a lot of things from Kyle in the prep that you have to accomplish a lot of things, but the main thing is the game itself, but also it could be utilized to get everything else ready. There's a lot of development that can happen even with coaches, not just with the players themselves.
Kalani, have all of your players expressed that they'll be playing in the bowl, or are you expecting some opt-outs potentially?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about opt-outs, so I anticipate everyone to be playing, if that are able-bodied, that are healthy to do it.
Kalani, speaking of which, we know Isaac Rex is out. Or any other guys will be back, like maybe a James MP or a Neil Tau, or which guys have a chance to play that we haven't seen lately?
Maybe a chance with James. Neil, still highly unlikely. I mean, we'll see. The game is a lot earlier in the bowl season than others, and so you know, we'll have to evaluate how it works. I mean, just because they can play doesn't mean that they're ready to go. You know, this is a physical game, and sometimes you know, other injuries happen when you try to rush them back too early. So I'd like to see all those guys return. But Isaac Rex is in had surgery and is in rehab and trying to get better for next year. But no new season-ending injuries, and then we'll see if we get some guys back, like, you know, Harris LaChance and others. There's a good chance that we may be able to see them come back.
Okay, next we'll have questions from Jay Catch, then Daniel Brown, and Wesley Boone.
Kalani, how are you going to balance, obviously, finals and getting ready for this bowl game? Because you mentioned it's one of the earlier bowls.
Yeah, finals we'll have to work. I mean, we've been here before, so we'll have to work with the teachers and hopefully, you know, our guys can get some finals done early. I know that we'll have our guys taking some finals out while we're in Shreveport, and so yeah, we'll just have to work it out. The guys have done it before, so we luckily we have some you know, some students that are taking care of their business from the beginning, and we thought that this might be the case going to this bowl game, so everyone's trying to get ready and try to make sure that we have everything's in order.
Coach Daniel, once again, kind of a multi-parter. BYU, a national brand, known nationwide. Shreveport's located around 3 separate states, Louisiana, Texas, and Arkansas. How much can this be a recruiting opportunity to further expose people to the Cougars' identity? And then also you had mentioned that you were looking forward to trying that good food. Have you ever been to Louisiana and tried Louisiana cuisine down here directly?
Yep, I have, and we played in the Sugar Bowl years ago, and that was, I mean, the game was fun, but the food was unbelievable. And so I mean, you don't get this body from not eating. So I plan on gaining some weight while I'm out there, and then try to lose it all of 2022. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, I'm just, as far as getting our brand out there, I think it's important that especially with us in the future going to the Big 12, to kind of look at different regions of recruiting and guys that would fit in our culture and fit in our program. We have a high number of guys on our team that aren't members of the church, but are great ambassadors of their families and what we're trying to promote in the mission of our school and the mission of our program. And so I think for me, it's just finding great young men that are from wonderful families that can fit what we're trying to get done on the football field, but also are excited about representing their backgrounds and the sacrifices that their families make for them. I think there's a good mix that we can have of guys that fit our program, fit our style of football, and could do really well for us. We've got a number of them on our team that have done a great job, just kind of preaching what we're about to everybody. And so we're a faith-based institution, and so we're going to always preach the words of Christ and try to do our best to represent our beliefs. And so we're playing a tough game like football that's physical and violent, but we're going to try to show as much sportsmanship and class as we can. And so I think we're coming to the right area, and I think a lot of the fans can appreciate what we bring. And so regardless of the outcome of the game, we're really excited being part of this Independence Bowl and being a part of being able to compete with UAB on the field. That's a wonderful team and represents well too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I know that it's closer to their home, so they're going to have some good representation. We're expecting some as well for BYU.
Coach Wesley Boone with KTAL in Shreveport. You kind of touched on it right there at the end. With this bowl game having an earlier start date, what kind of positive impact do you think it could have on your fans traveling to the game? And then to kind of piggyback on Daniel's question, is there any particular dish you're excited to get your hands on once you get to Shreveport?
Well, I mean, when you mentioned food, I got to talk about that one first. So there's not a dish I haven't tried that I didn't like, so I'm going to try it all. I've tried everything, so I don't know if there's anything that I can say I don't like. So I'm not picky. I think I'm every chef's dream where I'm going to always want seconds or thirds. So that's how it works. But being in the area, being in the region, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to meeting great people, and our players are too. We're looking forward to meeting the wonderful people at Shreveport, and we're expecting our fans to be there because they've been there for us ever since I've been a player, and so we're looking forward to seeing them. I think it's early enough for them to make some arrangements to the travels, and it's on on the weekend, so we're expecting the Cougar Nation to show up like they've always have been, and just want them to know how much we appreciate their support. Looking forward to performing one more time with these boys, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. And regardless of the outcome, we're just really thankful for college football, for this opportunity to play this game and to be in this Independence Bowl game as well.
Coach, thanks so much for your time today. We appreciate you getting on with all of us.
All right, guys. Thank you. Stay safe.
Have a great day. We have Tyler Batty with